Hey guys, it's AJ back, 5:17 for the record. It's March the 10th, Monday. Alright, so what happened? Alright, now, basically, this is my testimony as to, my claim, civil claim against the chair of the Calgary Muslim Association in Brooks. So this is basically the chair of the only mosque, a community mosque. A mosque, last I checked, is a community mosque, is Baytullah. So this is basically a majority funded community mosque, private property. So 80% is essentially funded by the community, and 20% comes from the government, because we live in Canada, and Canada essentially under the Constitution of 1982, section 1, 2, part 1, essentially that's fundamental rights and freedom of what? Thoughts, expression, and belief. So welcome to Canada. We have all walks of life, and here we are in Brooks, a community of roughly 20,000 people, I would say, if between 15 to 20, even if it's 20,000 people. And then you have a Muslim population and community of 2,000, so roughly 10%, anywhere between 10% to 12% is your population. So it's a very sizable population in Brooks that are basically calling themselves Muslim. Now, so I had arrived to Brooks about a week ago or so, and I had just basically left Calgary because of the injustice that continues to happen. And I find, to my, not to my surprise, it's also happening here. But now I understand why. So basically, the story of this mosque, about 13 years ago, I understand there was no mosque. There was this little structure, the little house that basically was, the destination of many, people and believers, and basically who call themselves Muslim, to go on, go about their belief. And then 13 years ago or about, there was this kind of, need to kind of build a community mosque. I'm not too sure who advanced that motion, but nonetheless, clearly there were the motion to build a community mosque proposal. The lands were bought. The lands so the land was bought, so to speak. Majority funded by, like I said, 80% the community Muslims that wants to build the mosque. And 20% comes from the government for the administration, because you need to run hydro, heating, and zoning permits, whatnot. You have to get an actual permit just to get a holy worship site. It's not easy, right? Just to get a mosque, because it's a worship. It's a site for worship. So I can go there, and my faith, the mosque, is 24/7. My faith is 24/7. I have access to God 24/7. I have access to Allah 24/7. I can go to the mosque anytime, any day of the day, any time of the day. It's none of your jurisdiction. It's that's why we're building a mosque, and it's supposed to be there, to shelter those who basically need support and help and connect with the community, until that person no longer requires the shelter at the house of Allah, so to speak, and then go about finding the shelter and integrate with the community, because again, you're a Muslim, and last I checked, it doesn't matter what you believe in, as a human being, so to speak, right? We help each other. I mean, we have refugees for a reason. Why? We help refugees. I mean, again, look in the mirror. Where do you come from? So, before I continue, and, the idea is this, last I checked, you were away. So I came here. I want to speak with the administration of the mosque, because, here I am. I'm, meeting my community brothers and sisters. And, I met actually, one of, at the time wasn't to my knowledge that he was, the city council in Brooks. He's a councillor at the city of Brooks, so his name is Muhammad Idris. So essentially, we were talking, and I told him I'm here for business. I'm an engineer, aerospace. I have my, so to speak, like ways to save you energy, etc., etc. So I was so pumped, and we were so happy talking, and then I stayed there for the next few days before my truck got stuck, and I found myself the need to sleep, because I'm trying to figure out, should I continue and stay here? I wasn't too sure when so-called Muhammad Wali is going to be back, because when I was trying to speak with him, when brother Muhammad Idris told me that the administration is overseas and he will be back, maybe he did not give me a time. Nobody knew. What the hell? Okay, so suddenly, like I said, I mean, about 4 days ago or so, like, like when my truck was first stuck, and I came here, I found myself, on the need to, what, I figured, I slept one day at the mosque, and then I said, what, they just go to the days, and, I'm here for business, and they are just coming at me for no reason. So, I figured I can go to the hotel and just, spend the night or two and figure out. Suddenly, now I get a call from Arizona, Phoenix, missed call. Then I get another call. There's a voicemail by the person called Kevin Tran. And then, the truck somehow RCMP were, apparently called to tow this truck, but clearly the RCMP had no jurisdiction. He had someone to basically, authorize the removal of this vehicle. Now, I do not authorize the removal of my vehicle. Again, I went there for a reason. You cannot just go about and, blocking my, way, and way of life to basically pursue, livelihood. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't work for no one. I work for myself. So I'm there. Yeah, my car was impounded illegally, again, unlawfully, and again, subject to the same allegation that, again, listen, if you don't understand basic, laws and hierarchy and order, you understand, you are here, city of Calgary, right? So, or Brooks County, now, Brooks is not, it follows Medicine Hat, just so from a jurisdiction point of view. So your Calgary, STOOGE and your Calgary Muslim Association has no jurisdiction over the the laws here, unless you are going by common law. And then common law basically it tells you as entrusted public so to speak officer, or in this case public officer servant, you have no jurisdiction. So anyways, you look at it, you have no jurisdiction. And however, this is not the subject of jurisdiction or not. This is subject of you are in breach of trust and you must be removed. I will demand the removal. And let's have a vote. The community mosque and people on Brooks can vote on, Mr. Muhammad Wali, if he is fit to be entrusted with the, the needs and the of the people in Brooks, because there are people in Alberta, that have been basically going to Alberta support, and I'm sure the people, have heard. So now, what do you have to say? You can, let's vote. If you actually deserve to be in office, well, the people will vote, because at the end of the day, you have to be chosen by the people to represent their needs. It's not just, I appoint you, it's not just I appoint you kind of thing. So people will speak up, and I'm speaking up as a citizen. I'm a concerned community member. Suddenly, you throw the allegation that I was not a community member, whereas you go unlawfully breach into my truck and my property. I had secured my belonging, my property. I had covered everything in the blankets that I was with my brothers. So I had covered everything, and I had basically closed the latch. I had secured the the back. The door, so to speak, right? The rolling door, and secured it with the latch was secured. And I took pictures and I left. On my way to basically, days end, before I checked in. And suddenly when I'm, get these calls back and forth, and I can see that you are acting in bad faith, because I have emailed you. Hello, brother. How are you?
I have something for you.
Oh, brother, I'm in the mall. I'm in this one. I'm in this. Thank you so much. But you know what? You're so kind. What's your name?
My name is
Kanzi.
John.
Janzi. What is this, brother?
Sorry,
are you Filipino?
yes.
No, brother. You're Filipino?
Yes, sir.
Brother, I'm from Palestine, indigenous Palestinian. Look, this is my YouTube channel. So this is my brother here. What's your name?
I'm John. Yeah.
John. So you're from Brooks?
From Brooks.
How many years?
10 years.
10 years. You're a good man. You know what? My brother, he just offered me this, like biscuits or whatnot. But
I just tell you.
he's a good man. He thought I was homeless, but it's okay. Listen, brother. Listen. I'm right now living in that hotel.
In the hotel.
Yeah, because you know what? They have made me a fugitive. But you're a good man. You stopped look. I'm Middle Eastern. This guy's Filipino.
No problem.
Good people. They help me. Good people. It does not take a genius to understand this concept. Thank you so much, brother. Listen, 613 Solar. You'll see this video.
Check it out.
I'll send you the. Right. Just check it out. You'll see yourself.
Also, have a good day.
You take care, brother. Thank you. You see my point. That's again, the guy's a Filipino. He probably doesn't even whatever he believes. That's not the point. We're humans. He's Canadian. He's in Brooks for 10 years. Look, man, I just got I'm sitting down under a tree. Just outside the Days Inn. This is. Anyways, man, this is what I'm talking about. And you Muslim brother are supposed to be Muslim brother, or brother, or what is it that I wonder now, is that where the donation goes to, like your pocket? Let's do an audit. You have to understand, you know, I don't subscribe to not your laws and no one's law, because in my book, common law, whatever you want to, you know, you bring the Quran is one. And under any rule of the law, any scripture you want to bring, you know, the rule of the law, you have man-made laws that are basically nothing but acts of parliament or legislature. So those cannot be enforced without law enforcement. And, you know, again, you have judiciary system. So we have a court system. If you do not like what you hear, I'll see you in the court. I'll see you in the court. Because you're in breach of public trust. That's right. You know, that's what happens. So, you know, I will request the removal, you know, of your... of Mr. Muhammad Wali, you know, from the Calgary Muslim Association, as well as, you know, Alberta support, because you are not fit. You are in breach of public trust. So, there we go. You know, I said what I have to say, and let it be known. So, I'm here, and thank you for at least now I can invoice you. And you know, the Muslim community, you know, administration, that is, the community is more than you know, welcoming, you know, and I'm here for my communities. But you, on the other hand, administration will be paying, and you cannot be asking the community to donate, because everybody will hear why, you know, there's a, you know, a $50,000, you know, bill, so to speak, you know, just for me to stay here, you know, for the month, and I'm gonna invoice you. That's okay. Go move the truck. Go move the truck. So $50,000 just for 1 month, you know, and you know, next month I'll see how good faith or bad faith you act in, and you know, I'll invoice you accordingly. All right, peace. Assalamu alaikum.